Hello, judging panel. My name is Juan Carlos Cardoso. I am submitting my backup component for your judging. Basically, this component, what it does is helps you save a lot of time doing automatic backups from all or any kind of database. Because as you probably know, backing up from databases can be a real pain. It takes, some custom scripting, and usually when you back up, you don't have data readily available to see. Now, fortunately, with Cold Fusion 2025 and with the new CSV write function, we were able to do really, really quick backups onto CSV files, automatically ordered by any primary key, which is awesome. And I'm going to show you how. So we dedicated approximately, well, I dedicated, because I covered this single-handedly, 4 to 5 hours of development time. You can see all the code in this folder called basically Hackathon, which has 4 files. Index is the primary file you're going to open to view the UI that will allow you to do the custom backups. Backup CSC contains all the functions needed to operate. Nothing new for you guys. Backup CFM is just a helper function to do asynchronous calls and deliver, on-screen results without having to reload the page. A nice README file and an export folder where you're gonna see right now this is empty, and you will see that any backup from any DSN or any table will appear here in milliseconds. It's pretty fantastic, actually. Congratulations on such a great update. Very importantly, we have this env file where you can customize all the settings for the CSV write. Basically, all these are parameters which allow you to customize how you want to, output the CSV file. I provided default settings, so you don't need to change anything if you don't want to. But something that you must do, I suggest you do, is set the admin password and the user right here in the env file, so that the component can go into your account and read all the available data sources. This works out of reading all the data sources that are available in the cfadmin, right? So what I did, I installed Cold Fusion 2025 locally using command box. I also installed the Docker image of MySQL. And so this is the user and the password that I created. And inside the administrator, I created this data source here in data services. It's just a very basic test data source with a MySQL driver. You can see here that I have my local SQL workbench, and that I created a single table called users, into which I inserted thousands of records. I believe there were like 100,000 records, because the idea of this is to see how well it performed with a lot of data, right? Usually the problem with backups is that when you start getting a lot of data, you get timeouts, you get memory overflows, and it's just a pain. So backup becomes real painful, and this time it won't be painful anymore, and I'm really happy about it. So once you configure the env variables to your likes or to your settings, that's the only thing you need to do, right? All you need to do is open the page, which is right here. In my case, it's the Hackathon folder on my local environment, on my local computer. You can unwrap it in your web root, and when you load it the first time, you will see that there's nothing, right? It's just it will just display all the data source names right here and all the tables that belong to that data source. This is dynamic, so you will see all the available data sources, which can be dozens, hundreds, or whatever, and all the available tables for those data sources. And the beauty of this is that I'm going to be able to back up the table for that data source with a single click, right? So right now it identified that I have a database called users, which contains 100,000 rows registered in my Cold Fusion admin. And yes, that is correct. If I look at this, I have a database, a table, with thousands of rows, right? And again, you can see here that there's nothing in the exports folder, all right? So now I'm going to click on the button to see if it works. I hope it does. There you go. It didn't even take 2 seconds. In 2 seconds, it streamed 10 megabytes of data, 100,000 rows. into a file which I can easily just click to download, or I can even look at it right here in exports. All right, so here's users, with an appended date time name filing syntax, and delimited by tabs. Each row is basically separated by a new space. I can define all that in the env settings, but here you go, right? This is a 10 megabyte file which was streamed in less than 2 seconds thanks to the fantastic CSV write function, which I will implement in all of my developments from now on. I hope this is of your liking. I hope you really find it a useful tool and that that you make great use of it. I will iterate over it to enable next things like restore functions or filtering or all the amazing things that can be done with this Cfbackup component that I just built. Thanks, guys. See you soon.